The Trump administration and the elite's plan of mass genocide of people of color is starting to take shape now. The Ebola outbreak has now spread to 10 different countries in Central Africa. Every country around the Congo has been infected with the Ebola virus. The Trump administration and the elites, the white Zionist race that controls the earth, is trying to kill off people of color. It's starting in Africa. Don't think for a second that it won't come to the United States. Next, it will be in South America. South America will be the next place. Oh, and don't forget about Haiti and all of that region. Haiti, Trinidad, Tobago. Every nation that is of people of color will be targeted by the elites. The Zionist elites that run the world, Rothschilds, people of this nature, all of the elites, they want to get rid of the people of color. And it's starting to take shape. God loves you.
If you don't know what's going on, a girl on TikTok came on here and said that one of her neighbors received a government contract asking them to install a bunch of incinerators at Alligator Alcatraz. They're installing incinerators at Alligator Alcatraz. Alligator Alcatraz is on indigenous land. It's like protected land. Two, there are migrants. There's people being washed ashore with shackles on. People are finding people on beaches wearing shackles. This is the level that we're at. There's another girl on TikTok who is tracking flights, government flights, or like leaving detention centers, and they are just going out into the ocean and then turning around. Just going out and turning around. The flights are not making it to their destinations. 2 + 2 does not equal 4. You understand what's going on right now. There's another guy on TikTok who said that he got pulled over by the cops. He's an American citizen. He just happened to have a Spanish last name. And they went and they looked through his information. They were like, we can't find you in any system. He's like, well, he had like several IDs because he lived in a couple of different states. He was like, well, I have this ID. I have that motorcycle ID. I have this. And then the cops were like, oh, you can thank your friends at ISIS. So they're taking people, American citizens. He's white, by the way. He just had a Spanish last name. They're taking people who have American nationals who have Spanish last names, removing them from databases so that when they get pulled over by cops and people like that, they go, oh, you're not in the system. You're an illegal immigrant. You're an illegal alien. So they can detain them. Do you understand what's going on right now?
Hey, Shalom. Barakathu Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Hakudash. Divine apostles, bishops, elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom, chief roads and highways and byways, doing the works of sealing faithfully and continually fighting that good fight of faith, Lord willing, we're finding that number to be delivered. All right, so you see in the first couple clips that I put up here, and we're coming down that road. We're coming down that road where the things are going to start, speeding up as far as the time of Jacob's trouble is concerned. All right. Now, Jake, you got to understand this trouble that's coming, man. It's going to unalive a lot of people. All right. And if you think it's a joke, if you think it's, Esau's playing games, just wait and see. Now, this whole, this next so-called pandemic, that's coming up the horizon, Ebola, it came once before, probably back in 2009 or 10, maybe, right? But it was on it quickly. So what's the difference now between then? You see, just looking at it from a outside, window looking in. But we truly know and understand these are the things that are going to be put forward to start the opening of the door, if you will, of the time of Jacob's trouble. All right. And then you had the other video, the other clip, young lady was speaking about the incinerators, primarily on Native American land. All right? All this is to get rid of you. This is what it's all about. You know, you look at over there in Cuba, what's going on over in Cuba. You know, that's damn near a crime against humanity. So here you got these people over there with lights out, no electricity, hospitals, everything's down. And there's not a soul on this planet that's looking to do anything to help, to aid, to facilitate. All right? So again, we're in the land of our enemy. And if you people can't see that by now, well, you know, you might as well just dig a hole and jump in it and put the dirt back over you. Because that's the route the majority are heading to. All right? Jeremiah 30:7, it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Right? It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. See, Jake over here in America, you got complacent. You get complacent, and just because you don't see nothing really going on here in Babylon the Great, you kind of just settle yourself and just, whatever. All right? The gas prices are going through the roof. The gas may go to the point where you cannot afford it anymore. They very well may shut these banks down sooner than you think. So between the gas prices, between the shutting down of the economy, what are you going to do then? With the implementation of this new digital currency, namely MOTB, it's about to get real out here, man. You people will not be eaten. All right? And if you think it's a joke, again, just open your eyes and take a look around. Every news media, every outlet is giving you small clues about what's to come. All right? They're already shutting banks down over there in Europe. They're already implementing, digital ID and all these other digital currency methods. China, over there in, I believe it was New Zealand. So all these places have already started the transition. And it's a slow rollout. It's a slow rollout because they don't want to make it seem that it's all, under one umbrella. But this trouble is going to hit Jake the worst, man. And again, I can't even begin to explain, the trouble that's already hitting Cuba. Those are Israelites over there. All right? So that trouble has already hit them. And it's amazing that, you don't really see too much on the mainstream news about what's going on over there. All right? This is Daniel's 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And that at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. Now, ultimately, we're going to get delivered out of here from the destruction of America. All right? But even still, trouble is trouble, no matter how you slice it. All right? We're going to have to endure all types of trouble. And when that trouble comes, you better hope and pray, as we all do, that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai covers and protects us. Each passing morning, man, each waking morning, something's going down. Esau is working feverishly right now. This war, it's the catalyst, so to say, to get the ball rolling on the left-hand side, to get these devils to try to, fulfill their enterprise. But we all know and understand of the hope for the elect, that this is only going to go so far. But as far as it's going to go hard. They're going to go hard. They're going to be absolutely tyrannical beyond. You see? Second Timothy 3:1, it says, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come." Everything's adding up, man. All these things that are going on in the world right now are adding up to perilous times. Here in America, you have a sense of entitlement. Okay? You have a sense of entitlement, and that entitlement gives you a false sense of security that this is the greatest country on the planet. Nothing's gonna happen. What you guys are talking about, it'll never come to pass. Well, it may. From what these analysts are saying, this thing could really pop off on July 4th, which is a representation of the 250 years, which is what we know, just about the right amount of time for a kingdom to go down. But the perilous times that are coming, they're rolling them out. When Jake starts dropping like flies, not to mention, the shit that you received back in 2019 and forward for a few years, all those things that you received is going to play a major role in what's going to take place with this new thing that's coming up. Hospitals are going to be shut down. You're not going to have any access to your food, your medication. They're putting you in a place where you're going to have no other hope or no other alternative but to depend on this new system. And I'm speaking to these Israelites out there who, without a shadow of a doubt, believe that what we teach is the wrong thing. You are going to suffer the worst. And I want to see how many of you guys are going to take it. You're going to take that chip because you truly believe that chip has nothing to do with what's written in the scriptures. But if you take it, that's the lot the Lord put you in. That is your lot. All right? The Lord has blinded you from seeing the truth of the matter. And he put you in a lot, and that lot is to be destroyed. 2 Ezra 16:71. It says, "They shall be like madmen, sparing none." Now, these scriptures we go over time and time again. And it's important to do so. Because these things that we speak of are future prophecies. Haven't come to pass yet. All right? With them setting up these concentration camps, them setting up incinerators, them setting up guillotines, them issuing martial law, the ushering of military troops, the preventing of moving to and fro, going about, the preventing from buying things and feeding yourself. All right? All these things are coming forward, led by Esau Edom. Okay? First you had Venezuela. Now you got Cuba. Now you got this new breakout heading right towards South America. What do you think is going to happen then? There's going to be nobody there to help you. All right? Then the people are going to turn on the people. People are going to fight one another, unalive one another. And this is all And remember, this is all done by the hand of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Everything that we're going to see, everything that we're going to have to endure, everything that goes down is going to be by the hand of the Lord. All right? In knowing this, we understand that giving diligence to make that call and election sure, reading the scriptures, understanding, having it be the stability of what we're going to need when these troublesome times come. The rest of the world have no idea. They know nothing about having to be in a position of using the Bible as stability, using the scriptures to keep you stable. And in fact, most of you people are going to take the Bible and throw it right out the window, because the book ain't going to jump up and defend you. It's what's written in your heart, the things that were written aforetime for our learning, that's going to be able to get us through these terrible times. Okay? Again, they shall be like madmen and spare none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord. And there's nothing more these devils would like than to destroy every last Israelite on the planet. Shit, at this rate, they wouldn't even want an Israelite as a slave anymore. Their mindset is just unalive them all and let that be that. But through the good graces of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, he preserved that remnant of men, the hope for the elect. Okay? He preserved us for the great and dreadful day of the coming of the thermonuclear destruction, that we may be delivered up on high to see the fire and brimstone that's going to annihilate Babylon the Great. All right? So continually can pray without ceasing and hope that the Lord protects and guides us and gives us that ability to see the destruction of Babylon. All right? With that, I'm going to say shalom, and I'll see y'all in another one.